Hello friends, myself Anjali Shinde, Associate Professor, Department of Mathematics, SVKT College, Devali Camp, Nasik. In the previous lecture, we have seen the root finding methods, namely the bisection method, the false position method or regular falsy method and the Newton-Raphson method. In today's lecture, we are going to see the concept of interpolation and some difference operators. The learning objectives of today's lecture are mainly to study what is meant by interpolation, what are the difference operators and the relation between them. So, what is interpolation? Given a set of tabulated values xi, yi, I running from 0 to n, where these values satisfies the equation y is equal to fx, and this fx, the analytical form is not known to us. If the analytical form is not known, we want to estimate the value of dependent variable y at some intermediate value of independent variable x, that is x lies in the range x0 to xn. So, finding the value of y at some intermediate value of x in the range x0 to xn of the function y is equal to fx, when the analytical form of fx is not known, it is known as interpolation. For example, suppose we have given the table xi, yi, the values of x are suppose 0, 1, 2, 3 and the values of corresponding y are 1, 5, 9, 11. Given the table of values, we want to find the value of x, that is suppose x is equal to 0.5 and at this value y is equal to 0.5, you want to find the value of y, that is estimate the value of y at x is equal to 0.5. This is known as interpolation, or you can take any value. Suppose I have given 3.1 value of x, 2.1 and I want to find the value of y correspondingly. Then we want to find what is the value of y when x is equal to 2.1, that is we are interpolating this. So, interpolation is nothing but we want to find the value of y in the given range of x at any x, that is nothing but interpolation. To study this interpolation, mainly we require calculus of differences. So, what are differences or what are the operators? So, we are going to study the functions, differences of the functions. The first difference, it is known as forward difference operator. What is meant by forward difference operator? So, let fx be real valued function of a real variable x. Then the forward difference operator is denoted by letter delta and defined as delta fx is equal to f of x plus h minus fx, where h is nothing but interval of differencing. The values of x are equally spaced. We denote the values of x by x0, x0 plus h, x0 plus 2h and so on up to x0 plus nh. So these are equally spaced value where h is nothing but interval of differencing, and these values of x are known as arguments. Whereas the corresponding value of y are y0, y1, y2 and so on yn. These are known as entries. The first value of y is known as leading value. So this value y0 is known as leading value. If we have given the tabulated value x0, y0, x1, y1 up to xn, yn, then the differences y1 minus y0, y2 minus y1 up to yn minus yn minus 1, these differences are known as first forward difference. These are first forward differences and they are denoted by delta y0, delta y1 up to delta yn minus 1 respectively. So delta y0, it is the first forward difference y1 minus y0. Delta y1 is equal to y2 minus y1, etc. The second forwarded differences are nothing but differences of the first forward differences. So if you consider, they are denoted by delta square. So what is delta square of fx? It is nothing but second difference operator, or we can say delta square y0, delta square y1 and so on up to delta square of yn minus 2. These are second forward differences. You can continue this and we will get third, fourth, etc. forward differences. So what is this delta square y0? If you find delta square y0, it is nothing but delta of delta y0. What is delta y0? It is nothing but y1 minus y0. So this is nothing but delta y1 minus delta y0. But what is delta y1? It is nothing but y1 minus y0. y2 minus y1 minus y1 minus y0, and therefore it comes to be y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. So observe that delta square y0 comes to be y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. You can find any value of this delta square. We have found delta square y0 and it is nothing but delta into delta y0. Delta y0, it is the difference between first differences, so y1 minus y0, and once you subtract this, we will get the answer delta square y0. If you observe the table, the forward difference table, suppose the values of x are given to us, that is x0, x1, x2, x3, x4. Suppose values of y are given to be y0, y1, y2, y3 and y4. Then the first forward difference, that is delta y, we get delta y0, and delta y0 is nothing but y1 minus y0. Delta y1 comes to be y2 minus y1. Delta y2 comes to be y3 minus y2, and delta y3 comes to be y4 minus y3. Observe that we get up to delta y3 only. When you find delta square y, it is nothing but difference between two deltas. So we get delta square y0, which is nothing but delta y1 minus delta y0. We get delta square of y1, which is nothing but delta y2 minus delta y1, and we get delta square of y2, which is nothing but delta y3 minus delta y2. We will get delta cube y. So we will get delta cube y0 and delta cube y1. What is delta cube y0? It is obviously difference between two delta square. So it is delta square y1 minus delta square y0. And what is delta cube y1? It is delta square y2 minus delta square y1. And lastly we get delta raised to 4y, that is nothing but delta raised to 4 of y0. So observe that this is known as forward difference table. Every time we are not getting this last value. So here we don't get delta y4, or we don't get delta square y3 and delta square y4 and so on. So this is nothing but forward differences. Now the second differences, those are known as backward difference operator. So the second operator is known as backward difference operator. So if fx is a real valued function of real variable x, then the backward difference is given by operator del, and it is defined as del fx is equal to fx minus f of x minus h. So this is definition for backward operator. If we denote the values of table by x0, y0, x1, y1 up to xn, yn, then we have the differences y1 minus y0, y2 minus y1 or yn minus yn minus 1. So these differences are nothing but the first backward differences, and they are denoted by del y1, del y2 up to del yn. So we have del y1 is equal to y1 minus y0, or del y2 is equal to y2 minus y1. So these are nothing but the first backward differences. You can find the second backward differences, that is del square, etc. If you want del square of y2, it is nothing but del of del y2. What is this? This is del of. What is del y2? It is nothing but y2 minus y1. Now this becomes del y2 minus del y1. What is del y2? It is nothing but y2 minus y1. And what is del y1? It is nothing but y1 minus y0. And therefore the answer comes to be y2 minus 2y1 plus y0. So observe that we are able to find the second backward difference, third backward difference and so on. So if you find the backward difference table, what we get? So consider the backward difference table. Given the values of x and y, suppose the values of x are given to be x0, x1, x2, x3, x4. The corresponding values of y are given to be y0, y1, y2, y3 and y4. Then we get first backward difference, that is del y. It is nothing but del y1, and del y1 comes to be y1 minus y0. Del y2 comes to be y2 minus y1. Del y3 comes to be y3 minus y2, and del y4 is equal to y4 minus y3. We will get the second backward differences, that is del square y. So we get del square y2, del square y3 and del square y4. What is del square y2? It is obviously difference between del y2 and del y1. So del square y3 is equal to del y3 minus del y2, and del square y4 is equal to del y4 minus del y3. We will get the next differences, that is third differences. We get del cube y3 and del cube y4, and lastly we will get del raised to 4y. It is nothing but del raised to 4 of y4. What is del raised to 4 y4? It is del cube y4 minus del cube y3. So this is backward difference table. The next operator is known as the central difference. So if y is equal to fx is a function of real valued function of real variable x, then the central difference is also denoted by notation delta, and we denote delta fx. It is equal to f of x plus h by 2 minus f of x minus h by 2. So the central difference operator, it is denoted by the notation delta and defined as delta fx is equal to f of x plus h by 2 minus f of x minus h by 2. Observe that if you want to find delta square, suppose we have given the values x0, y0, x1, y1 up to xn, yn. So what is your delta yr? Delta yr is nothing but y of r plus h by 2 minus y of r minus h by 2. So this is delta yr definition. Now if you want to find delta, suppose we have given, we want to find delta y1. So what is delta y1? It is nothing but y of 1 plus h by 2. If h is 1, if you take the interval difference is equal to h is equal to 1, then we get this as 1 plus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2 minus y of 1 minus 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2. So whenever h is 1, we get delta y1 is equal to y 3 by 2 minus y 1 by 2. So this is central difference. Similar as backward and forward differences, you can find delta square, delta cube, that is the next operator. If you observe the difference table for this central difference, so what will be the difference table? Suppose the values of x are given to be x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and x6. The values of y are given to be y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6. Then the first difference we get delta. So delta y, it comes to be, so this is y1 minus y0. So this becomes delta y 1 by 2. Observe that we are getting y1 minus y0 as delta y1 by 2. y2 this is nothing but y1 minus y0. Then we get delta y 3 by 2. It is nothing but y2 minus y1. Or delta y5 by 2. It is nothing but y3 minus y2. Delta y7 by 2. It is nothing but y4 minus y3. Delta y of 9 by 2, it is nothing but y5 minus y4. And delta y11 by 2 comes to be y6 minus y5. These are all first differences. If you find second differences, that is delta square y, we get delta square of y1. What is delta square of y1? It is delta y of 3 by 2 minus delta y of 1 by 2. So from this entry, we are subtracting above entry. So delta y, this is nothing but delta y 3 by 2 minus delta y 1 by 2. Every time we subtract from below the above, so we will get nextly this entry. This is delta square of y1. If you continue this, we will get delta square of y2 then delta square of y3, delta square of y4 and delta square of y5. Then we will get delta cube of y, that is the difference between these two. So we will get delta cube of y3 by 2, delta cube of y5 by 2, that is delta cube of y7 by 2, 9 by 2 and delta cube y of 11 by 2. That is the difference. From below we will subtract about delta square y2 minus delta square y1. It is nothing but delta cube of y3 by 2. We will get similarly delta raised to 4y. So we will get the difference between these two, that is nothing but delta raised to 4 y2, delta raised to 4 of y3, delta raised to 4 of y4. So we will get these values up to this. When you find delta raised to 5, we will get the values, that is delta raised to 5 of 5 by 2, delta raised to 5 of 7 by 2, delta raised to 5 of 9 by 2. And if you find delta raised to 6y, then we will get delta raised to 6 of y3. So in the end, we will get the value delta raised to 6 y3. It is the difference between these two values, delta raised to 5 minus delta raised to 5. So that will give us delta raised to 6 y3. So observe that the differences are nothing but central differences. The next one, it is nothing but the mean or averaging operator. The mean or averaging operator. The mean or averaging operator of fx is denoted by mu fx. So if fx is any real valued function of a real variable x, the mean operator is denoted by notation mu and it is defined as mu fx is nothing but 1 by 2 times f of x plus h by 2 plus f of x minus h by 2. So this is our definition of mu fx, that is mean operator. If we have given the tabulated values x0, y0, x1, y1 up to xn, yn of the function y is equal to fx, then you can define mu of yr is nothing but 1 by 2 into bracket y of r plus h by 2 plus y of r minus h by 2. This will give us the mean operator of these tabulated values, mu yr is equal to. The next operator we are going to see is nothing but shift operator. So what is meant by shift operator? The shift operator is denoted by E and it is defined as E fx is equal to f of x plus h. Or if you find E square fx, it is nothing but E of E fx. E fx is nothing but f of x plus h, so it becomes E of f of x plus h. So it becomes f of x plus 2h. If you find E cube of fx, it will become E of E square fx. But we know that E square is nothing but f of x plus 2h. So it is E of f of x plus 2h and it comes to be f of x plus 3h. So generalize the result, you will get that if you generalize the result, e raised to n of fx is nothing but f of x plus nh. So this is standard formula for finding e raised to n fx. It is f of x plus nh. This e is nothing but shift operator. The next operator, it is known as inverse operator or inverse shift operator. It is denoted by E inverse. And what is E inverse? The definition of E inverse is E inverse of fx is equal to f of x minus h. If you continue similar to shift operator, you will get that if you have e raised to minus n of fx, it comes to be f of x minus nh. So that is our sixth operator, that is nothing but inverse shift operator. The next operator is known as differential operator. The differential operator is denoted by d, and we have d of fx is nothing but d by dx of fx. So this d is known as differential operator. Now we are going to see what are the relation between these operators, that is forward operator, backward operator, central operator, mean shift, inverse shift and differential operator. So if you observe the first one, that is the relation between operators. The first relation, delta is equal to E minus I. Delta is forward difference, E is shift operator, I is identity operator, or it may be denoted by 1. What is identity? I of fx is equal to fx. There is no change in that. So it may be denoted by delta is equal to E minus 1 also, showing that 1 is identity. So how we prove that delta is equal to E minus I? We will start with delta fx, use the definition of delta. Delta is nothing but delta of fx is f of x plus h minus fx. But we know that what is f of x plus h? It is nothing but e fx. So we get e fx minus I fx or 1 fx. So if you take fx to be common, we get e minus 1 of fx. And therefore we have delta fx is equal to e minus 1 fx, that is delta is equal to e minus 1. So this is the first relation which is standard, that delta is equal to e minus 1. This relation can be rewritten as e is equal to I plus delta or 1 plus delta. So we can write down relation between delta and e in this manner. The second relation, it is between del and E inverse. So the second relation is del is equal to 1 minus E inverse. To prove this relation, start with del fx. What is del fx? It is nothing but fx minus f of x minus h. But we know that f of x minus h is nothing but E inverse of fx. And therefore, we have 1 minus E inverse of fx. So we have the relation del is equal to 1 minus E inverse, or this can be written as E inverse is equal to 1 minus del. So we have the relation between backward difference operator, that is del, and inverse shift operator, that is E inverse. The next relation, it is central difference operator. So we want to prove that delta is equal to e raised to 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus 1 by 2. So if you consider delta fx, the definition of delta fx is nothing but f of x plus h by 2 minus f of x minus h by 2. But what is f of x plus h by 2? We have just seen the result, that is e raised to n of fx is always equal to f of x plus nh. So use this standard formula. What is f of x plus h by 2? This is nothing but e raised to 1 by 2 of f of x. So e raised to n becomes f of x plus nh. So if you put n to be equal to 1 by 2, we will get this is nothing but f of x plus h by 2, and similarly this is nothing but e raised to minus 1 by 2 fx. And hence it is nothing but e raised to 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus 1 by 2 fx. So we have delta is equal to e raised to 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus 1 by 2. This gives the relation between central operator, that is delta, and shift operator E. The next relation, it is for mean operator, and we want to prove that mu is equal to 1 by 2 into bracket e raised to 1 by 2 plus e raised to minus 1 by 2. See what is your definition of mu. We know that mu is equal to 1 by 2 into bracket f of x plus h by 2 plus f of x minus h by 2. And we have just seen that if you use the formula, standard formula is e raised to n fx is equal to f of x plus nh. So what is this f of x plus h by 2? It can be written as e raised to 1 by 2 of fx. That is, in this formula we are substituting n is equal to 1 by 2, and therefore we get f of x plus h by 2 of this, plus similarly what is f of x minus h by 2? It is nothing but e raised to minus 1 by 2 of fx. So this becomes 1 by 2 times e raised to 1 by 2 plus e raised to minus 1 by 2 of fx, and hence we have mu is equal to 1 by 2 into bracket e raised to 1 by 2 plus e raised to minus 1 by 2. So we get the relation between mean operator mu and the shift or inverse shift operator. Now we will see the relation between differential operator and shift operator, that is between E and D. So the next relation, we want to prove that E is equal to shift operator is nothing but e raised to hd, where d is the differential operator. We want to prove this relation, that is E is equal to e raised to hd. So we know Taylor's formula. What is Taylor's series? We have f of x plus h is equal to f of x plus h f dash x plus h square by 2 factorial f double dash x plus h cube by 3 factorial f triple dash x, and so on. What is f of x plus h? We have seen that this is nothing but EFX. EFX is nothing but f of x plus h. This is nothing but fx plus h. F dash x is nothing but d of fx plus h square by 2 factorial f double dash x means d square of fx plus h cube by 3 factorial d cube of fx, and so on. So this is nothing but fx plus h into dfx plus h square d square. So this is nothing but hd square by 2 factorial of fx plus hd cube by 3 factorial fx, and so on. So it is nothing but 1 plus hd plus hd square by 2 factorial plus hd cube by 3 factorial, so on fx. And what is it? It is nothing but e raised to hd. We know the standard formula for e raised to x. What is it? E raised to x is nothing but, we know this is nothing but. So we are using the formula e raised to x is equal to 1 plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial, and so on. So using this, we get this as e raised to hd of fx. So we have efx is equal to e raised to hd of fx. This implies that e is equal to e raised to hd. So this gives the formula between shift operator E and differential operator D. The next operator is the relation between mu and delta. Mu is mean operator and delta is central operator. So we want to prove that mu square is equal to 1 plus delta square by 4. See what is mu square. So we will consider mu. We know that formula for mu is nothing but we have just proved the relation. One of the relation gives us mu is equal to 1 by 2 e raised to 1 by 2 plus e raised to minus 1 by 2. So we have proved this formula before. Mu is equal to 1 by 2 into e raised to 1 by 2 plus e raised to minus 1 by 2. So squaring this, what we get? If you square this, we get mu square is equal to 1 by 4 into bracket e raised to 1 by 2 plus e raised to minus 1 by 2 bracket square. This is nothing but 1 by 4 into bracket e raised to 1 by 2 plus e raised to minus 1 by 2 bracket square, a plus b bracket square formula we are using, plus 2 plus e inverse. This is nothing but 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. We want the formula to be 1 by 1 plus delta square by 4, mu square is equal to. So we get e plus e inverse plus 2. This is nothing but, we know the formula for delta. So I will write down the delta formula. We know that delta is equal to e raised to 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus 1 by 2. So I want to adjust this formula. So I will write down this as 1 by 4 into bracket e minus e inverse. I will take this formula bracket square plus 4. Now observe, e raised to 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus 1 by 2 square comes to be e minus 2 plus e inverse. So what happens here? This is nothing but 1 by 4 times, this formula is nothing but formula for delta. So it becomes delta square plus 4 and we get 1 by 4 delta square plus 1. So the formula for mu square, it comes to be 1 plus 1 by 4 delta square or delta square by 4. So we have only adjusted, that is, this 2 is adjusted as 4 minus 2, that comes to be 2, and we get the required formula, that is mu square is equal to 1 plus delta square by 4. This gives the relation between mu and delta. Use the formula. Delta is equal to e raised to 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus 1 by 2, and if you consider mu, it comes to be 1 by 2 into bracket e raised to 1 by 2 plus e raised to minus 1 by 2. So using this, we will get our relation between central operator and mean operator also. Now if you find the relation, if you have 1 plus delta into 1 minus del, we want to show that this is equal to 1. We have just seen the formulas. We have the formula for delta. Delta comes to be E minus I and del comes to be 1 minus E inverse. E minus I or E minus 1. So what is E? E is nothing but 1 plus delta, and from this we get E inverse is equal to 1 minus del. So if you put in LHS, what is your LHS? If you consider 1 plus delta into 1 minus del of fx, it comes to be 1 plus delta is nothing but E, 1 minus del is nothing but E inverse of fx, and E into E inverse is nothing but I or 1 of fx, and therefore we get 1 plus delta into 1 minus del is equal to 1. So use the formulae delta is equal to E minus I and del is equal to 1 minus E inverse. We are able to show that 1 plus delta into 1 minus del is equal to 1. We have also delta del is same as del delta. It is nothing but delta minus del and it is equal to central difference operator square, that is delta square. So this is also one of the important relation which gives the relation between forward, backward and central difference operator. So see what is delta del. If you consider delta del of fx, it is nothing but delta of del fx. We know that del fx is nothing but fx minus f of x minus h. This is nothing but delta of fx minus delta of f of x minus h. Now substitute the values. What is delta fx? That is known to us. We know that this is nothing but f of x plus h minus fx. And what is delta of f of x minus h? It is nothing but fx minus f of x minus h. Observe that this is formula for delta fx. The first bracket is formula for delta fx and the second bracket is nothing but formula for del fx. So this is nothing but delta minus del fx. Thus we get delta del fx is equal to delta minus del of fx, that is we have delta del is equal to delta minus del. Similarly, we can show that del delta on the same lines, similar manner we can show that del delta is also equal to delta minus del. So if you consider del delta of fx, it is nothing but del of delta fx. Use the definition of delta fx, it is nothing but del of delta fx is nothing but f of x plus h minus fx. This is nothing but del of f of x plus h minus del of fx. Now what is del of f of x plus h? It is nothing but f of x plus h minus fx. And what is del of fx? The formula for del fx is fx minus f of x minus h. Now observe, the first bracket is nothing but delta fx and second bracket is nothing but del fx. And therefore it comes to be delta minus del of fx. So in this case also we get del delta is equal to delta minus del. Now we will want to show that this is same as delta square. So now we will prove the last part, that is we want to prove that delta square is also equal to the same value. So see what is delta. We know that delta is equal to e raised to 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus 1 by 2. So put here delta square fx is nothing but e raised to 1 by 2 minus e raised to minus 1 by 2 bracket square of fx. Squaring this, we will get this as e minus 2 plus e inverse of fx. Now what is e? E is nothing but 1 plus delta. And what is e inverse? It is nothing but 1 minus del. So using those formula, we get the answer to be plus 1 minus 2 and plus 1 cancel. We get delta minus del of fx. So observe that delta square is also equal to delta minus del. So combining all the results, what we have proved? We have proved that delta del is same as del delta, it is same as delta minus del, and it is equal to delta square, that is central difference operator square. So that also gives the relation between forward and backward difference operator and also the central difference operator. summarize what we have studied today, what is interpolation, then all the differences. So which are the difference operators that we have seen? The first one is forward difference operator. The forward difference operator is denoted by delta fx and defined as f of x plus h minus fx. The second operator is backward difference operator, and this backward difference operator is denoted by del fx defined as fx minus f of x minus h. The third operator is nothing but central difference operator. It is denoted by delta fx and defined as f of x plus h by 2 minus f of x minus h by 2. The fourth operator, it is nothing but mean operator. It is also known as averaging operator, given by mu fx, and mu fx is nothing but 1 by 2 into bracket f of x plus h by 2 plus f of x minus h by 2. The next operator is given by the shift operator denoted by E, and we have E fx is equal to f of x plus h. The sixth operator is inverse shift operator given by E inverse fx and defined as E inverse fx is equal to f of x minus h. And the seventh operator, that is differential operator given by dfx, and it is nothing but d by dx of fx, that is our derivative. So we have seen these 7 difference operators and the relation between them also. In the next lecture, we will see the use of these operators to find interpolation, that is mainly Newton's forward interpolation formula, Newton's backward interpolation formula, and Lagrange's interpolation formula. Thank you.